everyone, Derek Johnson with Tatango.com. I'm here at Mobile World Congress 2019 in Barcelona. We're actually in the GSMA Innovation City. I have a very special guest, John Duffy from 3C. This guy has really been, for the last, 10 years, been promoting, 10 years?
I am the RCS ambassador, for the past decade.
And that's saying things lightly. He is at every meeting. He has been pushing RCS. Really, I think a lot of this is, your result of you getting the industry moving forward on RCS, because at the very start, a lot of people were kind of skeptical, but it seems like now, we've shot, I think, 40 different videos, RCS demos. It seems like this is the year of RCS. Do you agree with that?
100%. Yeah, this is the year of RCS, and Derek, I got to tell you, you're a big part of it too. Boy, those videos you make and the interviews you do with people have really helped drive, the education and adoption. So thank you for your support.
So are you going to go on record? This 2019 is the year of RCS, or you think it's next year? Why this year?
It is 100% positively this year, 2019. Mark my words. We have reached the tipping point. And it's the level and velocity of adoption across the globe. So the GSMA likes to talk about their gold countries where there is 100% deployment. We'll have at least 3 more of those here in the next quarter or two. I'm very grateful that our company is deeply involved in a lot of these launches, and we see it happening. We have the schedules. Our customers are excited. The consumers love the program. Yeah, this is the year.
And you've been doing SMS and MMS for a long time, way longer than Tatango. What makes you so excited about RCS compared to SMS and MMS?
It's just a better experience. Messaging is great because it's ubiquitous, it's fast, everyone knows how to use it, and RCS just improves that. I use the metaphor of the television my family had when I was a kid, right? It was great, it was this big, it was black and white. I got an 85-inch 4K TV in my house now, I wouldn't go backwards. It's the same evolution, right? 160 tiny gray characters, and now all of the function of the phone, maps, calling, the colors, the branding, the verification, it's just a better experience. And our customers love it.
Yeah, it seems like it. I know there are some things holding things back, like adoption, pricing. Explain kind of, are those concerns? When should brands start getting involved? And then where do you see those things kind of being resolved in our industry?
So these are all the things we work on every day in every business. Pricing's always a problem in a business, and we're figuring that out now. The time to get involved is right now, this minute, because what we're learning every day is just getting more valuable. I'm old enough to remember what it was like to try to convince businesses they needed a website. Yeah. I would say, hey, websites are going to be big, they're going to be awesome, and my prospects would say, well, what am I going to use it for? And I would go, I don't know, but it's going to be awesome. Yeah. What we learned in 93 and 94 about the web has sustained that business for decades now. We're getting those same sorts of first mover advantage learnings in all the launches we're doing today. And you can see, like you said, there's 40 or 50 demos here from every part of the world in every language, which every industry. Now's the time to get involved.
It was cool. We saw one in a completely different language other than English, and it was really interesting. You deal with
some in Japanese and Chinese character sets. We'll have to show you. Yeah.
You work with a lot of brands. What has been the reaction when they see this, number one, and then actually when they deploy it out to their consumers?
So 2 big questions there. The first is our customer is generally a digital marketing executive, and that customer is also making decisions about their email program or their app. What they love about RCS is it's all of the functionality of the app without any of the software development, without any of the versioning, without any of the release cycles. And that makes them really, really happy because they can work with their RCS application in real time, make changes, iterate, fix things, right? Iterate, pardon me. And that's a big difference for them. If you've ever worked in a big retailer and spent months trying to get some new feature, added to your app, you understand how frustrating that is. RCS takes all of that away. Okay.
And then consumers. I know you've done some stuff where you've actually surveyed consumers after they've received an RCS message. What are those results?
So we did a pretty comprehensive survey with a big collection of retail clients, and I'll tell you the only thing that matters. The RCS experience makes the consumer more likely to buy, right? 60% of the consumers that we surveyed said, yeah, we're going to buy something with this application. We're more likely to buy something with an RCS application than any other form of digital communication.
And that's email, SMS.
Boy, I'd like to edit that one out a little bit.
No, it's great. Anything else to add for those brands out there that are watching this video, interested in RCS? Obviously, what's your website, but then any closing remarks?
Well, we're very excited about a couple of things that have really come into focus here in Barcelona. One is P2A. Okay. Right, so people discovering RCS applications in directories. We have one of these directories launched with AT&T and Samsung in the United States, and it's absolutely terrific, right? And PDA is going to become a big part of how RCS continues to scale.
And just to be clear for my mother out there, PDA is essentially when a consumer takes out their phone and texts a business, they need help, they want to get something.
You know, the proper metaphor, it's the new App Store.
Okay.
It's where your RCS application lives on the phone. You can find it in your contacts, right? So, hey, there's Walgreens, let me open the chat bot, and off I go.
So you're starting the conversation where a lot of SMS and MMS has been the kind of push. Walgreens is going to send a message out to all their customers. Now, all their customers can send a message to Walgreens.
Well, it's discovery, right? It's like finding the website. It's like finding the app in the App Store. Now they can find their RCS chatbot in the carrier directories. And so that's very exciting. The other thing that we've talked about a lot during Mobile World Congress here in Barcelona is alternative business models for RCS. And so the concept of using some of that very valuable phone real estate, you know, as an advertising platform. That's very exciting for us, and we're really prepared to help our customers win as these business models come to market. And you can find us at 3c.com.
And for the people that, the business model type question, that's more for the carriers. How do they make some money off this and maybe take some of the...
I don't see it that way. Okay. You know, I think about the relationship that our customers have created with the consumer. So a text messaging application like Walgreens, I send a notification that my prescription's ready. Well, today an SMS, that's a tiny little 160-character message that uses about 10% of the screen. With RCS, you can unlock the value of the other 90%, and our expectation is that Walgreens will use that real estate to create really interesting offers for their consumers and opportunities for their partners, like the people, you know, at Procter & Gamble and Clorox that sell their products in Walgreens. That's a great way for them to reach that consumer as well, and we think that's a terrific opportunity for Walgreens that owns that inventory. Yeah.
And I'm going to ask one more question because you are very tight with the wireless carriers. You are at these meetings. What is their interest in RCS? They see it almost as another revenue stream. Explain that to people maybe that kind of are trying to figure out how this whole ecosystem looks. Where is the money for RCS from AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile? What do they see RCS as being for them?
Well, it is a new business, and so you know, the carriers are in the business of serving and delighting their customers. They want you to buy the best phone. They want you to use their network. And by providing new and interesting services, it becomes the communication channel of choice. And it's like raising the tide on the entire industry. And so from our perspective, while we all enjoy using the social networks and things like WhatsApp and Facebook, boy, this gives the power back to the carriers, where they get to facilitate the communication between the brand and the consumer. And frankly, that's a trusted relationship, unlike some of the other providers.
That is a lot of industry insight from my good friend John Duffy at 3C. Check him out, 3c.com. Again, thank you very much, John. We are at Mobile World Congress 2019 here in Barcelona, the GSMA Innovation City.